Third chapter of the book of Iyov. Iyov, wonderful man, Yerechei Tam, perfect, blameless, nothing wrong with him. All the horrors that happened to him, he still doesn't curse God. His friends have come and visited him. They've sat with him quietly for a week. And that's where chapter 3 begins. Acharei chein, patach Iyov et pihu, vayikalel et Yomo. After that, Iyov began to speak and cursed Yomo, the day, presumably the day of his birth, the day he came into this world. Does he curse God? No. He curses his origin. He curses his birth. Vayan Iyov vayomar. And Iyov said, what is it that he said? Yovad Yomi valebo v'halayla amar hora gaver. Perished the day on which I was born, and the night it was announced a male has been conceived. Hayomahu yech choshech. Al yidrishehu Elohami ma'al, v'al tofa alav nehara. May the day be a day of darkness. May God above have no concern for it. Don't be doresh. Don't seek it out. May light not shine on it. Right when we see choshech and no light, it's like Iyov wants his world to go back to pre-creation, to tov avo. He doesn't want vayomer Elokim yihi or. He doesn't want light. He doesn't want necessarily the destruction of the entire world, but of his life, of his world, he wished it had never begun. Continuing in verse 5, Yigaluhu choshech v'tzalmavet tishkon alav anana yivatuhu kimrirei yom. May darkness and gloom reclaim it. May a pall lie over it. May what blackens the day terrify it. Halayla hu yikachehu ofel al yichad bimei shana bamispar yirachim al yavo. So that day should be Ophel, it should be obscured and difficult to see. It should be Al Yichad, it shouldn't be counted in the days of the year. Let us remove, I don't know, January 8th from the calendar. Hine halayla hahu yihi galmud al tavo rinana vo. In verse 7, may that night be desolate, may no sound of joy be heard on it. It's a day of disaster. There shouldn't be any creatures. It should be nothingness. It should be a vacuum. It should go back into a pre-time time, if such a thing exists. Yikvuhu oreyom ha'atidim orer livyatan. May those who cast spells upon the day, damn it, those prepared to take care of the Leviathan. Right? So people who are cursing and people who are upset and people who are anguished and people who are full of pain, that this day should be the day that that they should be that they should be cursing. Second half of this verse with the Livyatan, with the Leviathan, this sort of ancient sea monster, is a little bit difficult to understand. There are those who want to understand it orer Livyatan, orer like to be arum, to be naked, and Livyatan like from the word livoy. If you know the phrase malava malka, is after Shabbos there's a custom, a minhag, to have a meal to in a sense, to escort the Shabbos queen out. We don't slam the door in her face. We want to keep some of that feeling and joy of Shabbat, and that's called a malava malka from the word livaya. Same thing like a levaya. In right as a funeral, as everybody comes and joins together for the levaya. So it's almost saying like the that night should not be a night of intimacy. The people shouldn't be accompanied naked together. There shouldn't be children born. Look at what's happened to me who was born on that day. Continue in verse 9. Yechshiku kochvei nishpo, yikav laor va'ayin, v'al yireh be'afafei shachar. May its twilight stars remain dark. May it hope for light have none. May it not see glimmerings of the dawn. Kilo sagar dalte vitni. The yaster amal me'enai, because it did not block my mother's wombs and hide the troubles from my eyes. Lama lo merechem amut, mi beten yatzati ve'egva. Why did I not die at birth? Why did I not expire as I came forth from the womb? It would have been better. I wouldn't have suffered. I wouldn't have had all these years of joy and only end up with these years of sorrow and horror all the kids dead, all my wealth taken away, sitting here, the skin lesions or boils all over my body from head to toe. It would have been better. Gemara discusses this. Gemara has this question: is it better for a person to have been born or to have not been born? Chavav Adam Shenivra Shalom Nivra. Is it preferable for a person not to be born or to be born? I think Gemara's answer is ultimately you're born, so you might as well make the most of your life. But here Iyov says, I want to go back to Tohu Vavohu. I want to go back to a pre-creation period. I want to go back to darkness. I want the night that I was conceived, the day that I was born, to be struck from the calendar. Continuing in verse 12, Madua Kidmuni Birkayim Uma Shadayim Kiinak. Why were their knees to receive me, right? When I came out of my mother, or breasts for me to suck upon so that I would have milk and I would be able to grow. For now, I would be lying, I would be asleep, I would be at rest, I would be dead. I wouldn't have to be dealing with all these things. I would be there with the kings and the great advisors who rebuild ruins for, who rebuild things for themselves, who seek fame and seek, longevity forever. I would be there with them. I would be dead as well, right? They think they're so great. They built these big things. They'll be remembered forever, just like they're dead. I would be dead. I wouldn't have had to go through this. Im sarim zahav lahem amlaim batayim kasafar. I would be with the nobles who go and seek wealth. They possess gold and fill their houses with silver. Or I would be like a buried stillbirth, like babies who never saw the light. So it doesn't matter if you were the king or you were the richest guy on earth or you were a baby stillborn, you end up in the same place. And Iyov says, why did I have to go through the horrors of my life? I should have just gone there in the beginning. Sham rishaim chadlu rogaz v'sham yanuchu yigiei koach. There the wicked cease from troubling. There rest those whose strength is spent, who have become weak from koach. They no longer have strength. They rest. Prisoners are wholly at ease. They do not hear the taskmaster's voice. Katan v'gadol shamhu ve'eved chovshi me'adonav. Small and great alike are they, and the slave is free of his master. Okay, and that little section there is part of what's going on in this book. That what's with reward and punishment? The people who were terrible, the people who were great, the regular people, the kings, everybody ends up in the same place. It doesn't matter how you behave. Iyov sees that God is not practicing proper rules of reward and punishment because he shouldn't have been punished. What did he do? He's described as being basically a perfected moral human being. Everybody's going to end up in the same place. Katan v'gadol, doesn't matter if you're the greatest guy or you were a little schlepper, you were a little nothing. The slaves are free. So the wicked and the righteous are there together. Why didn't I just go there in the beginning? Why did I have to suffer this way? Continuing in verse 20, Lama yitain lamal or v'chaim lamari nafesh. Why did he give life to the sufferer and life to the bitter in spirit, right? Why did God give me life? Why did he give me light? Why couldn't he just let me darkness overcome? To those who wait for death, but it doesn't come, who search for it more than for a treasure, the people who life is too hard for, that they just want to end it. Maybe they don't feel that it's right to end it themselves by suicide, but people who, why you keep these people alive who are tortured, who are suffering so greatly? Why am I here for this? We're verse 22, Asmechim Eli Gil Yasisu Kim Sau cover, rejoice to exaltation and are glad to reach the grave. La Gever Asher Darkon Stara. It's the man who has lost his way, whom God has hedged around, right? The person did all of these great deeds and he did all of these things, but God didn't help him. Like me, God suffered. Ki lifnei lachmi anchati tavo v'yitchu kamayim shagoti. My groaning serves as my bread. My roaring, my complaining pours forth as water, right? Just like there's bread, you go to the store, there's bread, there's more bread, there's more bread. My groaning is forever. The water just descends, it comes down, right? The gravity, it just comes down, it goes down. So that's my roaring, my crying is just pouring forth as water. It's unending. Ki pachad pachadati va'asher yagorti yavoli. For what I feared has overtaken me. What I dreaded has come has come upon me. Right? What is this? What is this referring to? It's not clear. The only thing that it could seemingly be referring to in the first chapter, where it describes that Iyov would bring sacrifices when his kids would have these meals, that maybe they cursed God, and so he would bring sacrifices and maybe ask for repentance from God for what they have done wrong. So what he feared, that somehow his children, somebody did something wrong, has come upon him. The dread, the horrors has come upon him. Lo shalavti, velo shakatati, below nachti layavo rogez. I had no rest, no peace, no quiet. All trouble has come. I was worried that something bad would happen, that things were too good, that life was fine. And this is what occurred to me, he says. And I don't understand why. He is in a pain. He is in suffering. He doesn't understand why this has happened to him, why he is suffering in such a great way, in such a great fashion. And he doesn't understand it. Why was I born? Why was I here? No matter what we do, we all end up dead, the same place. But why did I have to go through it? Why am I here? And that's the first question, sort of the first stage that Iyov is here. He doesn't understand the suffering. I don't know if he'll ever understand the suffering. He's not arguing with God about it. He's just wishing that it had never happened to him. And again, a lot of choshech and or, going back to the womb. He wants the undoing of the world, or at least the undoing of his world, so that he does not have to suffer this pain. Why did he have to go through all of the suffering? He can't seem to understand any reason why he should have come as a living being and be able to live on this earth with everything that he went through.